Hello everyone, this is Pragya Pandey from RAO'S Academy for Competitive Exams Bhopal, and this is our special series on daily news review. Without wasting any time, let's see what is in the news. 23rd September, that is celebrated as the International Day of Sign Language every year. The United Nations General Assembly declared 23rd September as the International Day of Sign Language just to raise awareness of importance of sign language in realization of the human rights of the people who are deaf. Sign language are visual languages that passes your messages through the use of gesture or symbols. Each country has its own sign language, like US it is American Sign Language, whereas in UK it is British Sign Language, and when it comes to India we have Indian Sign Language. The choice of 23rd September commemorates the date that the WFD was established in 1951. This day marks the birth of an advocacy organization which has one of its main goals, that is the prevention of sign language and deaf culture as prerequisite to the realization of human rights of deaf. The International Day of Sign Language was first celebrated in 2018 as part of the International Week of the Deaf. The International Week of the Deaf was first celebrated in 1958 and has since evolved into a global movement of deaf unity and concentrated advocacy to raise awareness of the issues deaf people faces in their everyday life. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and Ministry of Food Processing Industry jointly launched Convergence Portal to support food processing enterprises. This portal has launched between the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, Mantri Micro Food Enterprises Upgradation Scheme, and the Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. Before moving any further, let's understand what is Convergence Module. The Ministry of Food Processing Industries, along with the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, jointly launched this Convergence Portal. It is to better reap the benefit of the agriculture and food processing sector. It is launched on the idea that all ministries and departments of the government should work together in cohesion to serve the people of country to the best of their abilities. The portal will prove to be very important for the food processing enterprises of the country, it benefiting different sections of the country including farmers and small scale enterprises of the processing industry. This is also good for Atmanirbhar Bharat and also boosts the concept of vocal for local. चलिए कन्वर्जेंस पोर्टल के अंदर जिन 3 स्कीम्स को क्लब किया गया है, मर्ज किया गया है, उनके बारे में एक एक करके समझ लेते हैं. एंड द फर्स्ट स्कीम वाज एग्रीकल्चर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फंड. AIF is a financing facility that was launched in July 8, 2020 for the creation of post-harvest management infrastructure and building of community farming asset. The benefits under the scheme include 3% interest subvention and credit guarantee support. It is being implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. The next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme. It was launched by the Ministry of Food Processing Industries in June 2020 under the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign to enhance the competitiveness of individual micro enterprises. The scheme provides financial, technical and business support for the upgradation of micro food processing enterprises in the country. Also, this scheme adopts the one district, one product, that is ODOP approach to reap the benefit of scale in terms of procurement of input, availing common services and marketing of the products. Next is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. It is a central sector scheme of the Ministry of Food Processing Industry that is intended to be the comprehensive program that would result in developing of modern infrastructure and effective supply chain management from the farm gate to the retail outlet. Under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, there are 7 component schemes like Mega Food Park, Integrated Cold Chain and Value Addition Infrastructure, Infrastructure for Agro Processing Cluster, Creation of Backward and Forward Linkages, Creation, Expansion of Food Processing and Prevention Capacity, Food Safety and Quality Assurance Infrastructure, Human Resource and Institution. India gets its first dugong conservation reserve in Tanjavur and Pudukkottai district of Tamil Nadu. It is a 448 square kilometer long stretch located in coastal waters of Parkway. Let's understand something about the dugongs. Dugong is also called the sea cow. It is a herbivorous mammal. It is one of the 4 surviving species of sea cow and it is the only existing species of marine herbivorous mammal. If we talk about the distribution and habitat, they are found in over 30 countries including in India. In India, they are usually seen in Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch, Park Bay and the Andaman and Nicobar Island. When we talk about the world distribution, Australia has the highest dugong population due to the coral reefs. They usually live in group, grazing on sea grasses and coming to the surface only to breathe. Their lifespan is about 70 years. अगर हम इनके IUCN status के बारे में बात करें तो they are under the vulnerable category under the CITES Appendix 1 and also the Wildlife Protection Act Schedule 1. Let's talk about their threats. So the first and the biggest one is the loss of the grassland habitat. Next is the trawling. This is the method of fishing that involves pulling fishing net through the water behind one or more boats. It is harmful to the environment because it damaging the seafloor, coral reefs and the other marine animals. Next is important one is human activities such as destruction and modification of the habitat, a lot of pollution, rampant illegal fishing activities, unsuitable poaching and unplanned tourism. And the last reason is poaching for meat, as dugong meat is consumed under the wrong impression that it cools down the human temperature. Moving on to the next news, the Supreme Court of India allows live streaming of all proceeding of Constitution Bench from September 27. It is a step in the direction of transparency and greater access to the justice system, but there are concerns around the impact of live streaming both on the judges and the people watching the proceedings. India won the United Nations Interagency Task Force and WHO Special Program on Primary Healthcare Award 2022 for its India Hypertension Control Initiative. Let's understand something about the IHCI. IHCI is a multi-partner initiative involving the Indian Council of Medical Research, that is ICMR, the state governments, WHO India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to improve blood pressure control for people with the hypertension. Let's understand what is hypertension. Hypertension is defined as having systolic blood pressure level greater than or equal to 140 millimeters of mercury or systolic blood pressure level greater than or equal to 19 millimeters of mercury. So conclusively we can say that abnormally high blood pressure and a combination of high psychological stress are known as hypertension. These patients usually suffer from the disorder will have their blood pressure reading greater than 140 over 9 mmHg. Usually there are 2 types of hypertension. First is the primary one, another one is the secondary one. When we talk about the primary hypertension, it is also known as essential hypertension and this is the most prevalent of hypertension and it has no identifiable causes. Whereas the secondary hypertension is caused by an underlying diseases or even medication like thyroid dysfunction, sleep apnea and diabetes have linked to the secondary hypertension. Also chemicals like amphetamines, antidepressant and even caffeine can lead to the hypertension. So this is it for today. Join our batches for UPSC MPPSC Civil Services Examination. Seats are very limited, so hurry up. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to hit like button, comment your valuable feedback and also press the subscribe button to never miss any update. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Links are given below in the description box. Thank you and see you tomorrow.